All right, guys, this is Avi Harkishin from Charts. I completed the GameStop video and I posted that last night. Today is October 1st, 2025. I did ask you guys for 100 likes and I'll do a GameStop and AMC video analysis. I completed the GameStop analysis, I posted that, and now we're going to do the video analysis for AMC. If you've missed the GameStop analysis, it's on my profile here. You can watch it at YouTube or you can just watch it on X, whichever one you prefer. It doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and let's jump into the analysis for AMC. Let's do this one here first. So first of all, let's look at key levels for games for AMC that I'm looking at. Some of the key levels I'm looking at here. This is the overall macro chart that I have. You have a gap right up here, 36.97 and 42 to 42.88. I think at some point that gap will get filled. Not looking for it to get filled anytime soon. By the way, it's going to take a lot of fundamental news, fundamental improvement on the AMC side to get that gap filled. But I do think at some point it's most likely might get filled. But let's talk about realistic price targets and realistic analysis I'm looking at here. What I'm really looking at on AMC right now is that you came down at the bottom here, then I saw that big spike in volume, potentially signaling the bottom is in at this point, potentially signaling that this was the bottom. I'm looking at this zone here, which is currently acting, or I think is the demand zone or the bottom, because we come down here. We're trading in very little volume the moment, the bottom here, but at this 260 level here that I'm looking for AMC. I want to see AMC hold that 260 level. The key level I want to see get broken is this 408 level. Nothing really is going to happen at this level over here. Want to see price break out of this trend that we're in right here. We could be very close to price breaking this trend right here. You have a falling wedge, price broke out, came back, retest that falling wedge, did not create a new lower low, created higher high, came back testing. Want to see another breakout towards that 408, and want to see price get above. So I'm seeing another falling wedge here. That's what I'm looking at. Let's look at the daily chart for a moment. Actually, let's go back to the weekly chart. Let's talk about these key levels here. You do have until price gets above this COVID low and this major resistance here above $14. You're not going to see anything above here. This is the key level where price have to get above if you want to see more upside. But we're looking at the near term price action and what we think could happen here on AMC. Now you do have this level over here, which you gotta see get broken. This entire trend here, this is gonna have to get broken. Want to see that get broken and move up to this, ultimately this level over here. Let's go to the daily chart. So the levels are important. That's why I want to go over the levels that I'm looking at. And want to see price hold 260. Want to see price break above 408. Those are the key levels I want to see price break above. Then 556. Then this level here, 7 or something. And then these are all major resistance level. I want to see price get above. Here, we're looking at this falling wedge. We had this falling wedge, as I talked about. Price broke above, came back, retest. Now you have another one building up here. I want to see price continued to hold this uptrend and continue to move up to the upside. I'm liking the volume stepping in AMC here. I'm seeing some nice, decent volume starting to come into AMC. And this $3 level I'm looking at is a major key level. I'm going to show you why that's a major key level, that AMC could hold above that level. Our breakout here, we could see a nice move towards $3.50 and $4 level again. Let's look at the I'm going to go back, but I'm just going to mention the volume profile really fast to you. This is the volume profile for those of you who don't use volume profile. I talk about that a lot in Discord and using the volume profile. If you don't know, let's look back at the weekly chart. If you don't know what's happening here at this level, don't know what to tell you. Hint, that's massive accumulation taking place in AMC at the bottom here at this level. Go to the monthly chart. Need to see this level hold on the monthly chart. Liking the volume coming in here. Look at the volume profile. That's the weekly. Look at the daily. Let's wait for the volume profile to kick on right now. If you can get above this $3 level, there is a volume gap that you could run up to that $4 level very quickly. Lots of volume building up here for accumulation within this entire range right over here. So you can see AMC move up to that $4 if you can hold that $3 level. I'm going to talk about that $3 level soon using the data that I'm looking at. So that's what I'm looking at. Want to see a break out above this $3 level and continue to push up to that $4. So today, let's go back to this chart. Matter of fact, let's look at this chart. Here again, I have the weekly chart up, and you can see the massive amount of transaction taking place at this level here. Now, if you look at some charts, let's see if I could pull up any charts, which I'm looking at, which I currently trade DPRO. Is it DP? No, it's DPRO. The volume trade at bottom here have more volume, and then you have that breakout. And there's a lot of charts that's looking like this. I can't find one. I'm gonna see if I can look at another one. But any case, there's a lot of transaction taking place at this entire level here that we're looking at. And I think this here is a massive accumulation taking place on AMC right now. And once you start breaking this $11 level, that 10, that COVID low we talk about, you're going to see a move back up to the 200 EMA at $45. This is a key level. Once you start breaking this level here in a volume profile, you're going to see a move back up to 42. I don't know when this is going to happen, but I believe it's going to happen at some point. We're going to close that gap. Now, let's go back and look at the daily. Let's go look at the daily chart. What I'm looking at. What I'm looking at here, this here is the current demand zone that we're in. This is the level, the trend that I'm looking to break. Well, let's go back at the weekly. I want to show you this here. All right. We're still currently trading. We keep getting rejected off the 50 EMAs. This is the gold color. Continuously keep getting rejected. We need to get above and see this level keep curving up. This EMA curve up, and I want to see the price start sitting. That's when I'm going to say, okay, something amazing is happening with AMC right now, and we can see that push up that we're looking for. That's on the weekly time frame. So you need to get above this weekly 50 EMA and have that curve up, and we're going to see that move that we're looking for. On the daily side of things, you do have this level that you need to break. You're finding support currently at this level here. And I am seeing some volume coming in. And if you're looking at the volume profile, that's either accumulation or distribution volume. We'll know. But the moment you start breaking above this $3 something level, you're going to see a quick move back to that $4 level, $3.50 to $4, right at this 200 EMA. When we start breaking above that 200 EMA, that's when things are going to start get interested on the daily time frame. Again, if you don't know what this volume is, I don't know what to tell you. We're starting to see the EMAs, the 50 and the 9 start curving up on the daily chart. You're starting to see this bull flag pattern forming here. We broke out, retest, and it seems like we could have another breakout on the horizon. Let's take this here. Let's do a measured move. For 321, the 346, that 350 level. So that's the level I'm currently looking at the moment. It's a move to 350 or so. Once you could get above that 301 level, that's going to be a move about, let's see, it's about a 14% mover. So yeah, nothing much, but that's what I'm looking at in terms of short. I'm giving you a short-term time frame. But you got to break above this level here. Now, let me go look at some data and show you in terms of GEX level and the options, what we're looking at. If you're looking at AMC here, we have whales targeted $3. If you start getting above $3 and you hold that $3, you can see a move to 350 where you have whales resistance. This is where you're going to see the price probably get smacked down back again at 350. So whales set resistance at $3. It set support at 2. I'm going to ignore that for now. That's if price going to move back down to $2. That's where you're going to find support. But currently they're setting resistance at 350 and their target is $3. So that's the level. The $3 is the level you want to look at. You start holding that $3 level and you can see a push very quickly to 350 or so, to the mid $3 level. Let's look at some GEX level. Let's see, is it here? No, let's look at it over here. Okay, so today you're seeing a lot of call activities on AMC. So a lot going on. You're seeing a lot of call activities on AMC. So pretty bullish today. Have a net premium of 29,000, and we're looking at GEX level. Let's look at the spot GEX. So huge level here is this $3 level I talked about. You need to get above that $3. You need to hold that $3. That's the key level. Think of it as a pivot level. You stay above $3. That's good. You go above $3 and you could get pulled back down towards that 250 or so. But $3 is the major level that we're looking at. And once AMC start holding that $3 level, you can see a push to the upside. And GEX is currently building up on the chart. If you look on the positive GEX, big GEX here that we just look at, gamma exposure, is that $3 level. So you start holding that $3, 325, and you can see that build up on the chart for GEX all the way up to $6. So I would want to see, here you go, 350, 373. If you could hold this $3, you could see a move up to that 350 level. So I want to see more GEX start building out here as we move up. You have GEX starting to build at $20 as well. So this could be institution at 10 and 20. This could be institutions currently opening up longer term positions. So I want to see those positions and those calls slowly start building up for a long term move. We're going to look at the volume profile and the volume price analysis, because you're not going to see institutions start piling into short-term dated calls at this moment. You're going to see them more coming into the longer, probably a year out or so, coming into those calls. And they're going to make sure they accumulate everything they need before they start positioning themselves, because they don't want to start opening up a whole bunch and have their position made public. In terms of that, they're going to try to accumulate as much. But this level here, $3 major level, and you can see move up in terms of the GEX. So want to see that level. If not, you have that 250 level right over here. That 250 level down to 250. $3 major key level again. That's what I'm looking at for AMC. Let me see if I have anything else that I'm seeing here. But right now, AMC looks like it wants to have a move up. Something is going on with AMC, and I want to see that move up towards that 350 level, because you have some positive GEX going on. So this is a key level, $3. Want to see that level hold again and break out of this level, and you could get a test of that 350, which is that 200 EMA or so. Look at the volume profile. That's accumulation taking place. And you're noticing the longer the accumulation, the bigger the move. We've been in that accumulation level for some time now. And the longer we're in this accumulation level, the bigger the move is going to be. So I personally think the bottom is in for AMC, and I think it's being accumulated for 2026 and 2027 for a bigger move. Hopefully that was helpful. I know that this video here Um, I'm just walking through my thought process as I'm showing you exactly what I'm looking at. And I'm really looking at the volume profile and breaking out here. I'm looking at the option chain, which I just showed you is key level is that 350 resistance that's being set. We're seeing Gex being skewed to the upside right now for AMC. Big level, 320. And you're seeing it skewed to the upside all the way to 10, then 20. Want to see more of that $10 and these level here start getting pushed out a bit more. So I think a move is coming, and whatever, AMC might be releasing more news later on, but that's the key level. So once you're holding that $3 level, I think you could see it move back up to 350 or so. Not a big move, but it's in the right direction. Hopefully that was helpful in AMC. That's all I have for now, guys. Hopefully that was helpful again.